Saturday, the 25th of October 2014, and thanks for watching UMCAT Television. I'm Felicity Mandela.
And I'm Michael Ojula.
As we bring you fresh stories and so much more. But first, the headlines.
A blessing with a prize as heavy rains devastate thousands.
Is the National Resistance Movement Party no longer under pressure?
Also on this program, from grace to grass, the South African athlete Oscar Pistorius finally sentenced. And the
Uganda Cranes beaten again. Once again, thank you for joining us on this program. Many Ugandans today wonder if the opposition is still effective, comparing the status quo with the former times that had retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye at the forefront. Majority believe that the ruling NRM party is no longer under pressure. Mundua Aisha has more.
The process is underway in Amoro to get that single candidate, and we hope that they will do that soon.
In 2011, merging to overthrow the ruling party, the question still remains. Will this approach this time still work on how to achieve taking over Museveni's 28-year rule come 2016 election?
The ruling party NRM seems to be more organized in terms of funding and organized at the grassroots. This has left a great task to the opposition, seeing NRM out of power. Aisha Mundua Justin, UMCAT TV, Kampala.
And it's on this story that we get our topic of discussion today at UMCAT Have You Say. We ask, how ready is the opposition to win the 2016 presidential election with this turmoil? You can share your comments on Facebook and Twitter, and we shall sample some of them on this very broadcast. Now, in other news, thousands of people have been left desperate after water swept down homesteads in Boise and neighboring suburbs. It follows a spate of heavy rainfall that has damaged roads across the country. According to experts, the rains are expected to continue for the next 3 months. We have more.
At the onset of this rainy season, a lot of destruction has been realized by communities whose drain systems do not operate properly. In the areas of Boise, Kawala and the nearby suburbs, water has washed off houses. The situation in these areas is completely appalling, and the countrywide downpour has neither spared farmers nor roads. The roads in these affected areas are flooded with rain, and access to such areas is almost broken by these catastrophic heavy rainfall. Food and human transport is nearly frozen. The rain season continues till late December, putting thousands of people and activities on standstill.
Climatic changes have affected people, especially when rains come in where they least expected. People in Boise are affected, are scared of these rainfalls because of poor drainage and the roadside that keep them busy and not working well with their things. Reporting for UMCAT Television, our Brenda Boise.
Very tragic what's going on in Boise. Now, fistula is a complication in women where one experiences uncontrolled passage of human wastes. This is common in rural areas where health facilities are at a dire state. Dennis has more on this report.
A fistula is a hole that forms between two organs or between an organ and the skin in a human body. Apart from the commonly known vaginal fistula, there are many more others like Yesco fistula and rectal fistula that affects the bladder and rectum respectively. This condition happens when the head of the baby gets trapped between the pelvis that leads to prolonged labor, which is the main cause of fistula.
We are advising young children, more so young girls, not to have early child pregnancies, because basically it's one of the causes of fistula. It's common in young girls, and basically how can you tell? Like, for example, vaginal fistula, fluid will be linking or flowing out of your vagina. Now with the rectovaginal fistula, you most likely have foul smell of gas coming from your vagina, and at times you can as well check on your genitalia, and in most cases they are always affected.
Fistula can only be treated by carrying out an operation, depending on the magnitude of its occurrence. over 90,000 women die annually, and out of 100 victims, only one gets full treatment and the other 99 go unattended to, putting their lives at risk. However, according to doctors, they emphasize that prevention is better than cure. That entails visiting of a hospital in time for the pregnant mothers, preventing early marriages.
Fistula actually is a communication between any two parts of the body. Okay, basically any two organs of the body. It can be, most commonly, the fistulas that we get are the vesicovaginal fistulas and rectovaginal fistulas.
Many more measures have been put into place to prevent against the fistula disease. Reporting for UMCAT Television, Amoniala Dennis at Clinics Health Hospital in Zambia.
Dennis there, thanks so very much. Now, it's been seen as a unifying instrument in Teso region and the surrounding areas, as people of all levels share from the same pot. The local drink, commonly known as marua or ajano, has spread its markets all over Uganda and the rest of the world. Now, our reporter Thembo today took time with loyalists of this drink, commonly called as the wisdom of the Iteso, and now reports.
There are these wooden-made kiosks, and this is the home of the African drink commonly known as ajono or malua. People turn up from different corners of the city for malua, and which the educated call happen. Ajono is an African drink that originated from eastern Uganda among the Itesos, but the drink has circulated the whole country and even the neighboring countries. Ajono is prepared by mixing fermented millet with hot water. They use locally made sticks, which work as straws for sipping the drink. The bicycle next is the means of transport that carries the materials from Chisenyi to this place. Drinking goes up to the wee hours, and sometimes people doze off after enjoying more of that drink. People drink for several reasons, like sharing ideas, creating unity, making friends, solving family problems, and even others say they drink to get sex appetite. Tembo Johnson Kachinire, UMCAT TV, Kasubi.
Well, here are some of your comments on our UMCAT poll so far. Alice Nabukenya from Rubaga says, I highly doubt the opposition's ability to have a capable contender for the 2016 presidential post if they failed in 2006 when they were vibrant.
Also, Okelo Pies from Gulu says, saboteurs in opposition that try to shift people's belief from opposition are the cause of pessimism. So they must first be uprooted if opposition has got to gain more momentum. Just keep those comments coming, and the discussion continues on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, time will tell as we wait for the 2016 elections. Moving on, in the wake of an international terror threat, schools gear student safety to the next level. Our reporter reviews how a new data card system has helped to enhance record keeping at Mengo Senior Secondary School.
The swipe code system is majorly used in big companies and organizations to monitor employees. However, this technology has not only confined its services to the big institutions. Its services are now being used even in schools. Mengo Senior School seems to appreciate the results of this innovation with the swipe card system operating in the school. The swipe card system has been introduced where students use their identity cards to swipe in and out when entering and leaving the school respectively. When a student swipes his or her card through the system, the name is recorded and so is the time that the student enters the school. They later on swipe out to show time of departure. This has enabled the school to monitor who enters the school as a student and to know students who regularly attend school. Registries of students are monitored through this system. We talked to one of the administrators who
after registering we always upload that particular information. So after uploading it, we have to analyze it to see the regular attendance of students.
The school has also installed CCTV cameras to monitor movements in and around the school. Because of security reasons, not much of this system was revealed to us.
This is one of the initiatives that has been introduced by the school through the technology system to be able to capture the students' attendance and monitor the security of the students.
Fascinating technology. Switching on to the international scene now. The famous South African athlete Oscar Pistorius, who was convicted of culpable homicide after killing his girlfriend River Steenkamp, has been given a 5-year jail sentence. It comes as the defense team elaborated of the athletes' vulnerability. And in another development, the convicted South African athlete has been banned from competing at all Paralympic sports events during his jail term for killing his girlfriend, River Steenkamp. The IPC spokesperson, Craig Spence, told the BBC. Fascinating development there. Was it a fair trial? I personally feel it wasn't a fair trial because 5 years isn't enough for what he did. But Felicity, you've got to be fair here. This is a man who's got no limbs and he's been taken to a penitentiary of people who are physically upright. Don't you think there was some... True, but if he's lived like that all his life with the artificial limbs, what difference does it make in jail? And in sport, as the Uganda Cranes struggle for a better position in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, the Cranes' hopes have been marred once again after losing to the Togolese side 1-0 in a thrilling game in Lome, the Togolese capital. Mugisa Amos has more.
Chances for Uganda Cranes to qualify for 2015 African Cup of Nations has left Ugandans pondering if this time around there could be a chance for Uganda Cranes to bring the trophy at home or to suffer the same fate that has been subjected to Cranes for the last more than 30 years. FUFA spokesperson Ahmadu said he is optimistic that the Cranes will qualify. Talking to Kefa Kisala, the assistant Cranes coach, believes that Cranes still have chances to qualify.
Yes, there are still chances. Uganda Cranes beat Ghana and Guinea. Amos Mugisa, UMCAT Sports, Kampala.
You're watching UMCAT Television. Before we come to the end of this program, a recap of the headlines. A blessing with a prize as heavy rains devastate thousands. Is the National Resistance Movement Party no longer under pressure? Also on this program, from grace to grass, the South African athlete Oscar Pistorius finally sentenced. And the Uganda Cranes beaten again.